I hate IGN. Okay, maybe not hate, but oh boy do I wish this game reviewing website would shape up. The fact that people still take IGN reviews into consideration just baffles me. This video is going to be short and bitter. The other day I was writing a different video and I decided to take a look at some reviews of the new SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom remake. First of all, this game is great, and in preparation for the release of Rehydrated, I played the original one, and let me say, the new one is just as good if not better. And if you're getting ready to comment about how I've looked through this game through nostalgia vision, then I'd say check again, because if you listen to my stupid childish voice, I'm not a 20 whatever year old who played this game when it was released. This game wasn't even in my realm of understanding of games until the speedrunning community helped bring it back into the light. So stop typing that argument, okay? Okay? So let me just say, I don't hate IGN. Well, not fully. The people who work there, I have absolutely nothing against. All the power to them. Honestly, I wish I had that job. And maybe if you guys watch more videos and subscribe and stick around, then maybe my dream will become a reality. I don't know. But that's honestly one of my main problems with IGN. There's just so many people working there. So many reviewers, so many opinions. And that's just it. Everyone has an opinion and everyone has the right to have their own. But when one sole opinion represents a whole company, that's where things get a little shaky. Now, coming back to Battle for Bikini Bottom, in a recent review from a guy whose name I'm not going to say because absolutely no hate should be thrown at him. Like I said, it's his opinion, and the only hate that should be thrown is towards IGN and the crappy system. But this guy gave the game a 5. A 5! A rating that is significantly lower than the original, which really confuses me. This guy personally thinks it's a 5, fair enough, but when people look up if this game's good or not and they see a 5, they're probably not going to buy it, and that sucks. The original, however, got a 7.3, which is considered good by IGN. So let's think about that and keep that in mind, then take a look at some points this reviewer gave it. He compares the game to remakes that have come out in recent years, such as Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. And yeah, while in his opinion those games may be better, he shouldn't judge a game on others that have nothing to do with it. He says they set a new standard, so why isn't this one up to standard? That's like me judging the Hellboy remake that came out and saying I can't believe this is worse than the It remake from 2017 because that one set a new standard for movie remakes. No, that's stupid and completely unfair. So why is it that arguably the biggest game review company can get away with it and affect sales of a game that so many people put their heart and soul and effort into? Comparing this game to other modern game remakes doesn't make any sense in context to the rest of his arguments. And in context to IGN, as many modern game remakes completely rebuild the original game and make it a practically new game throughout. His point is that the game doesn't fix its flaws from the original and doesn't remake enough parts of the game. This is a fair enough point until you remember IGN's review of the original game, 7.3. This guy gave Rehydrated a much lower score than IGN gave the original, and the flaws that he points out about the remake are mostly centered on the fact that it's too much like the original. What? That doesn't make any sense. He gave the game a less score for being too much like the original, but the original had a higher score, and this game looks way better than that one. So judging by what he thinks, this game should get a higher score than that one because it's exactly the same but looks nicer. What? Who is this guy? Who hired him? Joking, that's his opinion. I'm not going to judge him on that level, but you see where I'm coming from. It's just stupid. IGN review system is way too powerful and way too flawed, and the solution isn't that hard. For IGN to work, they need to have a set amount of reviewers with all their own profile on the site, each having individual reviews of the same game. Think about it. Say we have maybe 10 or 20 reviewers, then the users of the site can look through the scores that each reviewer gave different games and find which reviewer fits best into their opinions and their similar mindset. Or even better, fill out a questionnaire about games that they like and dislike to be matched with which reviewer fits their opinion. The user can then favourite that reviewer, and whenever they click onto a game to see the review, they see their favorited reviewer's score of the game, and then an overall score of all the reviewers' scores averaged. I know that idea that I just said used the words reviewers, scores, users, just a bit too much, but if you break it down, the system would work so much better. However, with IGN's current system, when I look up a game to see if it's good, and I see a low score, I'm probably not going to go through the trouble of buying and playing that game. But the score is just the surface of what I see. What if that reviewer's favourite games are action-packed first-person shooters, but I prefer third-person platformers? Our opinions on Mario Odyssey are going to be completely different, so why would one person's opinion be what decides sales on a game? Personally, I stay far away from these big review companies, and if anyone watching this still uses them to see if games are good or not, I can't advise you enough to watch some videos and find an independent reviewer that aligns with your opinions on games. Personally, I love movies, and if this is your first time on the channel, then hello, and I'm sorry, but videos based on games come rarely on this channel. It's mainly focused on movies. Well, honestly, this is my first video based on games, so sorry about that if you're not interested in movies. But who's not interested in movies? Please stick around, you crazy person, if you say you don't like movies. Everyone likes movies. But as I was saying, I love movies, and people like Adam from Your Movie Sucks, or IHE, or Ralph the Movie Maker are some of the reviewers that I go to when I want to know if a movie's good or not, because their reviews align most with mine. And even people like Ryan McGee from Super Mega, who mainly does gaming content and podcasts, but when he addresses his opinion on movies, they seem to align pretty much exactly with mine, so I'm much more likely to take his opinion of a movie than something like IGN. And I know the scoring system of taking the average review doesn't always work, as we've seen with websites like Rotten Tomatoes, but that's way better than one person's opinion representing a whole company. So to wrap up this short video, I just want to say, don't go to IGN for your reviews. This company has way too much power over the casual gamer and shapes what they buy. The fact that the website has ads for games that they're reviewing should be an instant red flag that these reviews could be a bit biased, and could be is a bit of an understatement. Right now, if I hop on the website, I'm instantly hit with an awful user interface with a big old ad for The Last of Us 2 taking up half the page. Scroll down a bit and oh, would you look at that? They gave Last of Us 2 a 10 out of 10, a game that is so controversial and polarizing that no one knows whether or not to hate it. But like I said, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. Do they know what that means? It means 100%, it means perfect, zero flaws. Zero. And oh my god, would you look at the reviewer? It's the guy from the Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. It's the guy that gave the good game a 5. At the end of the day, everyone has the right to their own opinion. It's what gives us personality. It's what lets us talk about things we love and share a common interest with people that we've just met. Comparing opinions, or as I like to call it, having a friendly argument about movies, games, shows, and pretty much any form of media is so much fun. But these companies are just trying to control what people think, and honestly it's just sad to see that people judge what to buy on just one person's opinion. And if you're wondering, no, I don't usually make videos like this on the channel like I said, but I really wanted to address this issue. But like I said, if you're a fan of movies, then stick around on this channel. I'll probably do a mix of movies and game videos in the future. So yeah, if you enjoyed this and you agree with me, then please share it around. And make sure to send it to that one friend who always says, well, IGN give it a 5, so... Yeah, we know who you are, we're all looking at you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and watching more of my videos would make my day so much better. I'm serious, if just one of you watching subscribes, I'll be happy for the rest of the week. Please, stay safe out there and subscribe. If you want, you don't have to.